spring again. The first thing I'd like to say is I am very sorry for my last video. It definitely, the sound was too quiet, and I noticed that after I uploaded it. Is when it's on YouTube, the sound compression always makes it a little worse. So hopefully I'm fixing that with this video. I'm actually using a quality microphone system. So I have two mics set up, and hopefully it'll be able to pick up the sounds much better than I had before. So hopefully that fixes everything. So I'm going to be doing an unboxing of a Clint Eastwood action figure. And I'm also going to do some measuring. I know a lot of people like that. So this is kind of an impromptu video. So without further ado, let's get to it.
Solar whispering.
So, figures made by Sideshow Collectibles 6 scale. The Man with No Name action figure. So take a look at the box. This is the shipper. Get here the pieces inside. We'll go ahead and take a look at the measure. That's about 15 inches. 15 to 16 inches. We were shipping 15 to 16. This is about 8 inches long. So 8 inches there. Let's go ahead and look at this side. It's about 4 inches. Then of course, can always check it here. And yeah, it does look very similar. So let's go ahead and take a look inside here. Oh. And there he is. Clint Eastwood. Blondie. The Man with No Name. For three men, the Civil War wasn't hell. It was practice. Practice. There's good old Clint Eastwood back in his Western days. Okay. This is a pretty cool box. The Man with No Name. Clint Eastwood. Of course. From the good and the bad and the ugly. In my opinion, one of the greatest movies of all time. Shows Clint Eastwood here with a cannon. He's lining it up to shoot a Tuco. Clint Eastwood's signature. And this is from Sideshow's Legacy collection. disclaimer, I have opened this up before, so you will see. Go ahead and remove that slip cover. You can see the box inside. Then of course you got this nice inner shell here. Go ahead and take this completely out. Again, Clint Eastwood looking angry, as he always did in the movies. Got the cigar, his iconic hat. It's a very nice portrait of him from the movies. They definitely picked some nice photos. This is a little bit finicky, I should say. So go ahead and take this off. Basically, a little slip cover that goes around it. Nice little touch. Sideshow, they do an excellent job of packaging. So does Hot Toys for their replica figures. So go ahead and remove this top cover. You can see it just molded around his body there and the accessories that it comes with. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of the things he comes with here. So first thing he comes with is he comes with multiple hand sculpts. You can see here, and very detailed, very realistic. Little ball joint ratchet here. So yeah, comes with that. Then he comes with another hand grip here. You can tell that's to hold the pistol. And again, you can move it back and forth on the joint. There. And then again, another pistol hand sculpt. I think one of these might be to hold the rifle. I can't remember exactly, but there you go. And I won't give away any spoilers, but this stone does have a lot of importance in the movie. And if you ever watch it, if you haven't watched it, you would see this has major significance in the movie. And it's a key part. And you would understand why if you watch it, which I highly suggest. It's one of the greatest movies of all time. Then we got our, I'm not sure what kind of rifle this is. Sorry, I'm not a great expert on weapons. But it has moving parts here. Like that. Very nice details. You could see here. An amazing paint job. They do an excellent job on trying to make things look realistic and function as if they're real. And then of course, this figure would not be complete without his trusty pistol. Even has a snake on the handle just like the movie. That spins. And this is a Colt, I know that, but I don't know the exact model. I apologize. If somebody wants to leave these in the comments, I would really appreciate that. pistol. So we have a stand for the figure as well. And here that is. It's just a basic black stand that you put in here. Clint Eastwood Legacy Collection. Clint Eastwood Legacy. You'll see that right there. And then we have a collection of more hand sculpts. And I won't spend too much time on these ones since we already saw, but you could pose them without the weapons in his hands, but have an open hand sculpt. And then of course, as with most of these types of figures, you have the closed grip hand sculpts, which are excellent for displaying your figures if you want them to look angry, like maybe they're looking to get into a fist fight. Some excellent hand sculpts there, look realistic. Then of course, no Blondie figure would be complete without his Sherpa. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. And we could go ahead and open it up. And it is a complete, basically, blanket. And it actually weighs a good bit. So it will look realistic on him. And I'll show him with it on there here in a little bit. So yeah, really cool piece. I think for the price, it's a pretty good quality. Especially since it's a licensed product. And there is Blondie. And let's go ahead and first we'll take a look at the head sculpt. I know a lot of people probably want to see that. Very realistic head sculpt. I wouldn't say it looks just like Clint Eastwood, but they did a very, very nice job on trying to replicate him. It's crazy, it almost looks like his son, Scott Eastwood, more than it does Clint, but we'll take a look at the hat too. The hat does not come off. It's part of the head sculpt itself. So that easily comes off. And it'll easily go back on as well. So, actually right here he has his little neck wrap, not really a bandana, but and for a few dollars more, he does wear one of these. I'm not 100% sure if he wears that from The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. But then he has a sheepskin cloth vest. And this is made out of a fabric and not leather like it would be in the movie. But very accurate detail on this, for sure. It looks weathered and dirty. And this is stitched together, so while you can take this off, I'm not going to be doing that. It would be a little difficult. So you can see his arms move. You can pose him in many different ways. Then, like I said, he has removable hands. out with any of these hand sculpts. He does rotate at the waist. It does spin as well. So you could pose him in many, many different ways. And then let's take a look at his belt here. He has a regular belt. And then he also has, of course, his trusty gun belt with bullets. And they even have some missing, as if he has them loaded in his weapon. And then the gun itself, you could just put it right in his holster. How cool is that? And then he has his jeans. And it actually looks like there's wear right here and on the bottom. And his legs do move as well, though they're a little more limited because the jeans are, pretty tight. The legs also would open up like this. So you can get a couple not extreme poses with the legs, but enough to stand them up the way you want to. Then, of course, no cowboy is complete without his leather boots. And it's hard for me to wheel this up, just it's such a tight fit, but you can see it goes all the way up. A couple strings there from the pants. It's kind of loose here, so it makes it a little bit difficult to get it back in there correctly, but that'll be good enough for now. So you see the boots, and then even on the back, we have the spurs that move up and down. So super cool, super accurate. You can see the bottom of that. And of course, if you guys want to see how tall he is, we can go ahead and get the measuring tape. And from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet is about 12.5 inches, so it's a little over a foot. If we were going based on the top of his head, it would be about a foot. So you can see kind of how big this figure is. We'll also take a look how wide he is. From arm to arm, he's about 4.5 inches from shoulder to shoulder. So definitely not a small figure by any means. Excellent figure. That's super cool. So one thing I do want to show you is kind of what he looks like with his shirt on, since it's such an iconic piece of his costume in the movie. Did you know that he actually still owns the real one, Clint Eastwood? So Clint Eastwood still owns the original. He has it in like his closet at home. Is that not so cool? my guess is when he does pass away, sadly I don't want to see that happen, but when he does pass away, that thing is probably going to be worth millions of dollars. It's one of the most iconic costume pieces in movie history. So yeah, you could take this and you could flip it up many different ways. You could work with the fabric and make it look more realistic. But you get the idea. So yeah, that is the replica Blondie Man with No Name figure from Sideshow Collectibles. And this one is, I think it's now sold out. I think it's been sold out for a bit, or waitlisted. So if you go to sideshow.com, they may have one of these available. Most of the Clint Eastwood line is long sold out now. So if you do want one, you may have to resort to eBay to get it. But as a Clint Eastwood fan, this is an excellent representation of the figure, and I highly recommend it if you are into that sort of thing, which I know everybody isn't. But so he is a very excellent figure, and this is basically everything he comes with. So definitely not cheap by any means, so may not be for everybody. But yeah, Mr. Clint Eastwood himself. So I hope everybody enjoyed this unboxing. Hopefully the sound has been better for you. Since I got these mics, I couldn't do it the other way. It's just too hard to edit the sound. So please subscribe, share, like, and follow me. I'm trying to build my channel again. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Solar whispering.